Welcome back, ladies and germs, to 60 seconds reatomized. See if we can do any better than we did first time. So, let's do Ted this time. All right, here we go. It's been a little bit since I played this, so we'll see how we do. Okay. Need to grab you, Timmy. Okay. Oh, crap! Grab that. Grab the water. Yes. Soup. Yes. Okay, radio. Grab her. Come on, Dolores, let's go. Need the map. Tammy, you coming? Come on, Tammy. Come on. Where's the other one? Oh, God. Come on! Oh, God. Almost didn't make it. Okay. Dr. Pepper. Okay. Good Lord have mercy. Okay. See how we did. Okay. Day 1. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. And as long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. Remember, having canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stock supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Of course. Once we had a soup dinner party. Another time, we needed the rifle to help out our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched, like a harmonica. We don't have that much food. No one's complaining. Yet. But even canned soup might become an extravagant dish quite soon. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. Okay, everybody's fine right now? Not gonna worry about it. One minute it was all fine, and the next we were at each other's throats. How did this happen? This is insane. We need to get a grip on ourselves if we're going to survive this. Let's just sleep on it. Good idea. Day 2. Man, he's already getting to 5 o'clock. There's nothing better than the quiet after the storm. Or is it the other way around? This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it'll stay that way. If there's anything to report about Doris, this is where it would have been written. And despite the dire circumstances and all the trouble we're going through, Timmy is being very brave. Alright, everybody get some water. There it goes again. Noises. Weird noises all the time. Are they coming from the pipes, walls, or is it something behind the door? We don't know, and it is driving us insane. We should sit down and relax. Otherwise, we might get paranoid. Alright, Timmy, my boy. Time to go. boredom can really get to you in the shelter. It can lead you to dark places. Trust us. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble, nothing new. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Alright, Timmy, do us proud. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. He took the Boy Scout manual. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened with Mary Jane today. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. Time to ration. Everybody gets soup, because everybody's hungry. Claustrophobia is difficult to fight against, especially in a little cluttered bunker. Maybe if we could open the door just for a few minutes and let some air in. Sure, let's do it. Hopefully we don't die. I'm pretty sure Ted's not supposed to look like that. Just a guess. Opening the door and letting the contaminated ear in was a great idea. Now, instead of phobias, we need to deal with vomiting. Ted should drink something soon, and Ted got sick. Water is what Mary Jane needs most right now. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. Time to ration the supplies. It's really weird when you get the feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one is hiding there. Setting that down just a little bit. Nobody is hiding there. Is there something alive down here? Besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind. If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this paradise of ours. Cool, I don't have a weapon. Okay, guys. I don't know what that is. But it looks wrong. As we're running around looking for something to smash with that furry rodent, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil fit it through one of those tiny holes? Ted is still sick. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Mary Jane isn't thirsty, and Dolores is not thirsty. Cool. We started arguing with Dolores about opening the bunker door for a few days back. She's really aggressive, and this could escalate into something major. Should we try to ease her down? The alternative is our own war. Okay. Day 7. Okay, Ted looks dead. Like he looks on like death's door. Okay. Dolores had to release some steam. That's all. We are all a bit tired, but hopefully this can be cured with a good night's sleep. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. Ted is really tired, Mary Jane is really tired, and Dolores is really tired. We are all going to die. about time we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions. Or at least listen to some reasonable answers. So how about turning to a radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? Cool, I don't have a radio. Who's dead? Somebody's about to be dead. Whoa, I didn't know I could ride on this. Huh. Cool. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without a clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She'll be better in a few days. Dolores needs more sleep. She seems exhausted. Enough of this plain, tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. I know it. I know what she means. Real, true blue, American dirty bean water. The kind that you drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. Then your coffee isn't strong enough. Where are we going to find that in this wasteland? Well, Dolores' favorite diner used to be a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go on a coffee run. But who? Ted, you're going out of here. You're on death's door. Might as well just make it better for you. Ted, time to die. Great, we got a whole pot of cold coffee. The taste is weird and we don't have any sugar or milk to give it flavor, but it'll do. It's a step up from the bland, slightly irradiated water we've been drinking. The pot only held a few cups worth of coffee and we gulped it all down in mere minutes. All of us were very alert and ready for anything. For the next 5 minutes anyway. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Ted has rested, Mary Jane has slept, and so has Dolores. Oh, Lord. Today during breakfast, we were startled when our map slid off the wall. We checked the nails holding it, but they were all firmly in place. It could be a poltergeist. Maybe we should perform an exorcism to get rid of it anyway. Anyway, in the wall behind the map, we discovered some sort of safe. We're curious as to what treasure might be inside. Yes, we should open it. Day 10. Okay. Hey! Maybe some soup. Dolores is thirsty. Everybody's thirsty. We're still not certain how the map fell down. If some ghosts are playing some tricks on us, it's a friendly one. Inside the safe, we found some useful items, so we'll do this ghost a courtesy of not calling an exorcist. Okay, Ted's sick and dying. Mary Jane needs something to drink, and so does Dolores. Everybody have some water. Ted, sorry, buddy. It's not easy to be calm in the circumstances. Hopefully we'll keep our peace, or else we might need to act like wolves. Survival of the fittest and all. Ted is dead. Uh-oh. Hey! Timmy came back! What up, homie? Some mornings we feel a bit hopeless. We need to pull ourselves together and be more optimistic. The army can't be far. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and he's now safe with us. We've been discussing selling our house and moving someplace else, but in truth we didn't exactly picture things as they turned out. We missed the old place. It was only natural that we decided to take a look and see if there's any of it still standing. The only recognizable furniture was in the kids' room, were burned discs and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under her bed and it was full of soup cans. Heck yes. Thank you. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs. They matched the floor tiles. Now they are nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remain scattered in the dirt. The car blew up. It's now a roasted piece of metal junk. A roasted piece of metal junk. Okay. I don't know why that was so hard to say. In some fantastically incomprehensible way, the spare rifle in the trunk survived all of that and still works. I doubt it. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, it gave us anti-bug spray and wished us all the best of luck. The scout book was really useful. Too bad we lost it during the expedition. Timmy, you butterfingers. Ted looks like he has one foot in the grave, of course. Mary Jane isn't thirsty. Dolores isn't thirsty. Timmy's hungry. Cool. So, alright. When emptying our bucket in front of the shelter, we discovered a hastily drawn map on one of the ruined walls. Someone drew out a route and marked a spot at the end of it. Maybe there's some supplies hidden there. Should we check it out? Yes, we should. Who's asleep and who's dead? Hey! We got an axe! Heck yes! We are lucky to have spotted the map. The spot was a small hiding place and we found some useful supplies there. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet, and he is no longer thirsty. Timmy should eat something. Timmy still hasn't rested. Some water would be nice for him. Mary didn't cause any trouble, and no trouble dared to cross her path. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. That you need to see a therapist about. That's scary. Time to ration some supplies. Alright. Alright, Mary Jane. Time to hold your worth. Alright. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Ted hasn't recovered. He's got a foot in the grave. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Timmy is no longer hungry. Everything's okay with Dolores. Cool. If there is anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it is our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We have been paying our taxes regularly, so we are sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when... Never mind. The government people are coming. We should keep our eyes and ears open for any sign of them. Cool. That'd be awesome if I had a radio. Hello? Hello? we need to do is to use our radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It is either that or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Cool. He's gonna die. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Timmy should eat. There's nothing to report about Dolores. Good. Timmy, eat. Ring, ring. There we were. Think we would never hear a telephone signal again. When suddenly a phone starts ringing from somewhere outside. We figured it was a phone booth from across the street. Someone should go answer it. Sure, Timmy, have at it. Ted, it's time for you to die. Just die. Please. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear the gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on the other side. We hope they'll get back to us. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. He needs water to survive. Timmy still hasn't rested. He's thirsty. And Dolores has to have something to drink. So, there's never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland, but it seems like they will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later, and planned a trip outside before we can planned a trip outside. English. Before we could make the third step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We only had moments to decide what to do. Hey! We got a dog! That sounded like it. We decided to check what was coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning we opened the door to let it out, and it still hasn't returned. Hopefully it will come back later. Ted's coughing. Timmy keeps falling asleep. Okay. Alright guys. Eat. There isn't a lot of space down here, and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Yes. We should. Day 17. Ted's dead. Dude, Ted. Like, holy crap, man. Like, I figured you'd be dead by now. We looked into the hole, fearing something might come out with claws, fangs, or other mutated shop body parts. But nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him. So we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Ted looks like he has one foot in the grave. He needs to drink right now. Timmy has rested. Good. Dolores is quite calm. Cool. As we were looking through our map, we came across a few markings that were not original. Someone has added a pointer to a location near us. What would we find there? We don't know. Maybe it's worth sending someone to check it out. Timmy, you're rested. You're going out there, buddy. I would send Ted, but I think he's gonna be dead. Yeah! Ted's dead. We were following the map directions closely. So close that we ended up walking right into a pile of rubble and ruining the damn thing. Guess the treasure hunt is over. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Atomic wastelands are hostile by definition, but there are some creatures that survive everything you throw at them, even nuclear bombs. One of them was a monkey who seemed it's been through a lot, and yet it was very lively and more than happy to accompany us on our expedition. While we explored one of the streets, our monkey companion ran away, only to come back moments later carrying a can of food. It couldn't open it himself, but it was happy to share it with us. At one point during our expedition, the monkey started making weird sounds and digging in front of us with a stick. A quick investigation revealed a few bottles of water. No one even tried to open them. The same couldn't be said about the bottle of booze next to them. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. The last expedition got us thinking. Maybe we could drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burnt out. But if we find a solid base and scavenge through enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We better keep an eye out for those on future expeditions. Too many days without water took their toll. Ted died. Cool. Okay. Everybody gets water, everybody gets food. Traitor alert! Timmy's salvaged comic books are mostly harmless science fiction pulp. However, some of them don't feature the brave Astro Citizen Program astronauts, but cosmonauts. That boy is eating up Soviet propaganda. What a disgrace. Should we banish Timmy into the wasteland for his traitorous ways and dispose of these blasphemous comics? No. Timmy is still a good boy. We got some cave drawings. We graciously allowed Timmy to stay in the shelter despite his actions. We believe the power of rehabilitation and second chances. Also, we're running out of toilet paper and the propaganda books will do very nicely. Mary Jane is hungry and there are no drugs to give Mary Jane. Nobody's thirsty anymore. No, only Timmy's going outside and he's taking the axe. Go get him, Timmy. Find us something, Timmy. Dolores, yeah. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Mary Jane's still hungry. Okay, let's feed her again. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hell situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens, we've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we, never mind, I doubt it, because we don't have a radio. Hey, the dog's back. I think, hopefully. If there's one thing we need to do, is to use the radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or strolling around outside to wait to get picked up, of course. Alright, barking at our doorstep means only one thing. It's our dog friend. Not caring for hazards of the wasteland, we rushed to open it and there he was. The poor thing seems tired and starving. Should we share our food? Yes. Hello? 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 Dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and the right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. Who's a good boy? Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone the next morning. We can bet he will be back. Mary Jane is still tired. She needs some time to recover. Mary Jane is well now. Cool. One thing you don't expect is a band of people all dressed in green showing up at your doorstep, claiming they are from the rich and give to the poor. That's exactly what happened to us. Should we let these clowns in? No. No. They're not coming in. We didn't answer those particular calls and kept the door locked until the noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure what those people... We're not exactly sure we want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in troubled times? They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. Okay, everybody's happy, everybody's cool. The problem is simple. If we don't wash ourselves, we'll get sick. Seriously sick. It smells really bad down here, and it doesn't seem to get better over the next couple days. We need to do something about it. No. Oh God. The world is ending, and who cares about showering if we can get used to it? Adapting shouldn't be hard. It'd be like a camping trip. Oh Lord. It will, oh no, that smell is just terrible. Don't puke, don't. Okay. Oh Lord have mercy. Everybody's ill. Everybody's dying. Yo, Timmy, dude, you looking like Jimi Hendrix. It's true. It's all true. There are really those just like us. We arrived at the rendezvous unarmed and on time. We were greeted by a friendly group of survivors. They were being led by twins, a brother and a sister, who seemed to be friendly enough. They asked us some questions and promised to stay in touch. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back and is safe now. When we reached our local police station, we were surprised to find that it was staffed by police officers. That's an admirable Call of Duty right there. We couldn't say we knew any of them, but they had uniforms and badges, so they are the law in this part of the wasteland. It seems like they started writing it down for everyone to see. The exterior station was covered with some expiring signs like New Order and the world is ours. The policemen were quite nervous when we were around. After a short chat, they gave us some food and then told us to go away and never mention what we saw to anyone. An ammunition pack was laying outside the station. There was a map laid out on the hood of one of the burned out cars with a clumsy sign on it read, "They plan to take over the world." We returned from the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. We window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burned out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will be more lucky. Okay. I don't have any water. We could really use some more supplies. We counted all of them today, and the numbers did not make us happy. Time to do something about it. We know that our teacher from our local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids and lead them to a nearby building where they were relatively safe. And we could really use whatever they have. We could really use it. Right? Yep. We could. We are now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel very good about it. It's just never mention this whole thing again. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We need to find her something to drink fast. Okay, cool, but I don't have any... I don't have any water. Where did Mary Jane go? Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. If we don't do something about Timmy's sicknesses, it might get worse. He needs to rest up a little bit longer. He's no longer hungry. He's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. He is pretty fatigued. When Mary Jane found out that she's not getting a single drop of water, she got furious and stormed out into the wasteland, shouting over her shoulder that we'll regret this and that she's getting water one way or another. We are seriously terrified right now. Yeah, we are. Hey! We got a cat! We got a cat. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls when the beast finally escaped. It turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. The collar says Shekarov. Is that its name? Alright, Timmy. Listen, I don't have a radio, so I can't hear if they're gonna come get me or not. Timmy is gonna die. Yep, he's dead. Hey! What? If there's anything we need to do... it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or keep scrolling outside and waiting to get picked up. We don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. Well, we made it 33 days. We tried, and we died. Heck, I think we did better, though, than we did last time. I can't remember. I can't remember how we did last time. But, nonetheless, this is the tune. Signing out. Adios.